NXT could be getting a promotion, as according to WWE CEO Nick Khan, he sees it as more of a third brand, a standalone brand, rather than development. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and I feel like we've heard this story before. I feel like we've heard the whole NXT is not development, NXT is the third brand. I'm pretty sure this happened 3 or 4 years ago with the NXT Black and Gold, Triple H's baby, and then when it did try and stand up on its own 2 feet and try to be a third brand, it went head to head with AEW and lost the war. Now, we know a lot of changes have been made to NXT since then, and it pretty much has transitioned into developing the next generation of talent. What I think NXT should be. Look, Black and Gold absolutely sucked. It was full of fucking indie guys that had never made it on to a televised company in their careers. So it was guys that weren't even good enough, let's be honest. It's guys that couldn't even get into like TNA when TNA was like semi-relevant. It was basically a bunch of nobodies, a bunch of people that just absolutely sucked, a bunch of 5'10" midgets that don't deserve to be on TV. And it was full of guys that were in their mid-30s and women that were in their mid-30s, people that just didn't have any future in WWE. But you see, since then, they've got rid of the likes of Ciampa, Gargano, the Undisputed Club, and all that crap. They've got rid of those guys, and NXT now, in my opinion, is going in the right direction. They're going with the younger people, like Braun Breakers. You just had like Grayson Waller on it not so long ago. Carmelo Hayes. All the women in NXT are mostly very young, all in their early 20s. So, yeah, NXT is definitely now pushing the younger talent. Is there a few guys on it that are older? Yes, there is. Like a D-Jack, I believe, is a bit older. But most of them are pretty young. And like I said, Braun Breaker, he was the champ, he was young, he was useful, he was the next generation. And I think that's what NXT needs to be. But according to WWE CEO Nick Khan, he thinks the future of NXT is not being a development brand. He thinks it can be a standalone, a third brand, similar to Raw or SmackDown. And he says, quote, initially, NXT was on the WWE Network, and then when the pandemic hit, USA and NBCU needed content. We did not miss a week of production, so we went with Tuesday night's NXT on USA from 8 to 10 PM Eastern. NXT ratings are also trending up, so that is going in the right direction. We think NXT has the viability to be its own standalone brand instead of just being a developmental system, a third brand, if you will, where you can see crossover from our superstars on Raw and SmackDown to NXT, while our young talents develop here. Once we get all that situated, then we will look at other nights of the week to develop new content as well. End of quote. So Nick Khan here talking about how they're going to add established stars to NXT and try and develop the new stars while they're at it. I'm not seeing that, and it's also believed that WWE have recently been putting these people on NXT to try and boost the ratings, to try and increase the viewership. How the hell is putting bums like Baron Corbin, bums like Dana Brooke, worthless people that have done nothing like Mustafa Ali, how is putting those guys on NXT going to improve the viewership? It's fucking not. Now, we see that we've been teased there could be a potential WWE World Heavyweight Championship match on NXT with Seth Rollins coming to the gold brand or the orange brand or whatever colour it is now to face Braun Breaker in a title match. That's the kind of match, that's the kind of crossover to NXT that could increase viewership. That's what's going to do it. Not Baron Corbin, not bum-ass Corbin, a guy that hasn't won a match in about 10 years. Him coming to NXT isn't going to do nothing. And I just don't agree with Nick Khan. It's like putting the likes of Dana Brooke, putting the likes of Baron Corbin, putting the likes of Mustafa Ali onto NXT isn't going to help it. If anything, it's going to make it worse. It's going to cause it to lose viewers. And I just don't see the point of it being a third brand, because we even seen it kind of with ECW. It's like you're just putting on mid-carders. You're not going to put anybody that's a real star. No legit main eventer in his prime is going to be sent to NXT. So if they do the draft, if they do start treating NXT as an actual third brand, it's like we know what's going to happen. They're going to take all the best talents from NXT. And I know you could argue they do that anyway, which is fair enough. But if they do a draft, it's going to be like with ECW all over again. They take the big stars for ECW, put them onto Raw or SmackDown, and they basically give NXT mid-carders. So that's what it's going to be. So there's no point of it being a third brand because it's not going to get an opportunity to be successful like Raw and SmackDown. It's literally just going to be pushed with mid-carders at best. That's what it's going to be, whereas they're going to take all the promising talent from NXT and stick it on the main roster. At least we know if it's development, we know that's the plan. We know that is the game plan. That is what they're trying to do. So let's just keep it as development and let's not pretend that it's somehow a third brand that can compete with Raw and SmackDown, because that's never what NXT is going to do. And also, the name NXT absolutely fucking sucks. Raw and SmackDown, they sound good. Raw, SmackDown. NXT is just 3 fucking letters. So maybe they should change the name of NXT. I would change it. I mean, come on, there's loads of good names. Even as much as it pains me to say it, at least Dynamite and Rampage sound like they're decent names. Impact sounds like a decent name. NXT is just 3 fucking letters. It means nothing to me. So, yeah, if they want to have this to be a third brand, maybe they could improve the name of the show. But we'll see what happens, guys. I think it's a bad idea. Keep NXT as development. Use the show to push the younger stars, the next stars of tomorrow, and just keep it at that. And you know what? It's kind of entertaining, I think, as well. Watching NXT, you're getting these people that are green, you're getting these people that are rookies, and they're trying to find themselves. It does offer you something a little bit different from the main roster, but literally, once you stick the likes of Corbin on there, Mustafa Ali on there, Dana Brooke, you're basically putting a bunch of rejects that couldn't cut it on the main roster, that could never cut it on the main roster, and stick a name on NXT isn't helping anybody. I mean, it's not helping the next generation of talent having to work with these bums, and it's certainly not going to help you increase viewership. So for me, it's a bad idea. Keep the likes of Corbin, keep these older people that never done anything out of NXT. If you want to put Seth Rollins, fair enough, he's the world champ. You know, Seth Rollins could actually add some viewership to the show, but the likes of Corbin, he ain't adding nothing, guys. Nothing. Anyway, that's it. We'll catch you in the next one. Been Fog Wrestling. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Don't promote it to a third brand. Whatever you do, keep things the way it is. And by the way, one last time, Black and Gold NXT absolutely suck. Till next time though, peace.